Here's a recap of the mileage I've covered in 2025 in my fleet of classic cars and some of the cost as well. The headline figure is that I covered, or I tracked at least, 27,012 miles over my classic cars. It's not all the mileage I did, but it is the ones I tracked. And the total cost for this year in just parts is £15,344.02, although some of that was covered by insurance when the Bentley got hit whilst it was parked at home, which is a bit of an unfortunate accident, but it still counts towards the cost that I track. It's quite a lot of money, obviously, but there it is, and I'll break those costs down a little bit in the following video. First up, my Bentley Turbo R, which I covered 8,951 miles in this year, which is a lot less than expected, thanks to, first off, it being reversed into, and then secondly, the fuel tank also went bust later in the year, which really curtailed the amount of mileage I managed to cover. We averaged 16.72 miles to the gallon over this year, and the costs were £4,518.56, which included all those repairs, which were paid for by the other guy's insurance, and then we also had the new fuel tank which has been fitted, and there's also some costs that are coming straight into next year, so we'll have to wait and see for those. Basically, it's 50p a mile in parts, and it costs 42.5p per mile in fuel. Next up, another car that hasn't covered a lot of miles this year is my V8 Vantage, which I did end up taking to Germany for a wedding. It has only covered 1,750 miles, and we averaged 22.81 miles to the gallon this year, but the parts cost was an absolutely astronomical £5,989.48. Again, part of these costs are covered slightly by insurance, thanks to my windscreen being smashed, but we also had new rear shocks and springs and brakes all round. So a pretty chunky year for that. Normally I cover a lot more miles, but hopefully we'll be back to that in 2026 as well. It was my daily driver. After the Vantage comes another one of my favourite cars, and one I've owned for the longest as well. I think we're coming up for 10 years this year, is my 911 SC Cabrio. We covered 6,319 miles this year in this car, which is quite a lot for this car. I normally haven't done so many miles, apart from a long time ago when I had less cars. We averaged 28.33 miles to gallon, and we spent only £1,264.83, which included a service, a couple of exhaust bits, and we're going to be coming up for having some front suspension work in 2026. It's been a great car. I absolutely love this car, and the trip to Italy in it was absolutely fantastic.